What's good? It's your boy, Jay. That's me. Oh boy. Tony Khan. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. This guy needs to be removed as Booker of the Year ASAP. This guy sucks. This guy absolutely sucks. He needs to hire a booker. This guy can't book to save his fucking life. Dynamite was an absolute fucking embarrassment. It was an absolute embarrassment to the highest degree. You have 4 fucking weeks to build to Wembley, and you decide to take a vacation and just throw shit at the wall to see if the fucking shit will stick. Nah, dog. That's not how you should be doing things. You don't even have one match announced for All In. Not one. Not one. This is absolutely insane to me. This is mind-boggling to me. It is. This makes 0 sense. This show was absolutely embarrassing last night. Absolutely embarrassing. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. What the fuck is Tony Khan doing? What is he doing? The only 2 things that were good on this show was Chris Jericho still being conflicted about whether he should stay with the JAS or join the Don Callis Family, and the backstage promos by FTR and Adam Cole and MJF. Other than those 2 things, this show fucking sucked. It reeked of vomit. I don't know what else to say. I just don't know what else to say. I don't. Tony Khan should be ashamed of himself. He should be 1,000% ashamed of himself. Bro, what's AR Fox doing on television? This guy should be delegated to Ring of Honor. He should be in Ring of Honor. Point blank, period. So, let's just get into this miserable show. AEW Dynamite for July the 26th, 2023. Oh boy. So, we kick the show off as per usual. Orange Cassidy versus AR Fox for the AEW International Championship. Basically, Orange Cassidy gets the win via the mousetrap. Who cares? So, post-match, Orange Cassidy gives AR Fox the glasses as a sign of respect, but AR Fox, he crushes them, and he lays out Orange Cassidy with a forearm. So then Darby Allin comes out. He starts getting in AR Fox's face and says, man, why'd you do that? I stood up for you. I went to bat for you. Then AR Fox dips out, and Darby leaves as well. So out of nowhere, John Moxley comes out from the ether. He clotheslines Cassidy. He hits him with a lariat. And then he does the Death Rider. So, that was fucking weird. Again, why is Jon Moxley messing around with Orange Cassidy? For what, dog? Again, he's still one of your top guys. Why is he doing this? No. Just no. No. Just no. I mean, there's no need for him to be AEW International Champion. There's no need. That honor should be given to Roosh. Speaking of Roosh, he recently just re-signed with AEW this week. I believe it was Monday he signed. So congrats to him. Hopefully he'll be on Rampage. I mean, my bad, not Rampage, but Collision. Shit, this show was like a fucking Rampage in my opinion. Moving on. So Renee Paquette, one of the bright spots of this show. Renee Paquette, she interviews Chris Jericho and Don Callis, those two being the bright spots. So Don Callis says the outpouring of interest from fans and media at just the potential of Chris Jericho joining his family makes it feel like they have to give us something and no pressure. But he's arranged a dream team match of Chris Jericho teaming up with Tenosuke Takeshita. Chris Jericho says Takeshita is amazing and he's willing to give it a try. Don Callis tells Chris Jericho their opponents will be Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara. So Jericho's dumbfounded by this. So Don Callis then smooth talks him about how he said they need to step up to the next level. And Chris Jericho agrees to it. Don then reveals a work of art that he commissioned to Chris Jericho about the memorialization of that promo they cut with Bad News Allen. So that was really cool right there. I enjoyed that. Moving on. We get a vignette of Hook. He's waiting for trying to pick him up. Then he gets on the train and dips out. And then it just says Hook. So that was pretty cool stuff right there. Moving on. Blackpool Combat Club. Claudio Castagnoli gets on the mic and says, get the kids at home a public service announcement. Don't play with fire and don't mess with the Blackpool Combat Club. Claudio Castagnoli says the beating he gave Pac was just the beginning and he couldn't even take that like a man. So Jon Moxley pulls up and says if anybody out there thinks they're the coolest cat in the room, they should stay in their lane or get hurt. Okay, I'm fine with this. But again, why the fuck is he messing with Orange Cassidy? I get that Orange Cassidy showed up at Ring of Honor, I believe. But still, that's... I don't know, man. Moving on. So Tony Schiavone, he interviews Jack Perry. So Jack Perry says he wasn't talking about taking the FTW championship when he said he was going to win a title. It was created for a second-class company full of scumbags like all of us, but as soon as he put his hands on it, it became the real deal because he's that damn good. He's the greatest wrestler to ever, to get a win. My bad. He's the greatest wrestler to get within 100 feet of it, and he'd run circles around Taz and all his dirtbag friends back in the day. Yeah, right. Oh, please. Jungle Boy would have been fucking crying back in ECW days. He'd have been crying like a little bitch. So out comes Jerry Lynn. So Jerry Lynn then tells Jack Perry that that's enough and that ECW paved the way for all the guys today. And if he keeps it up, he'll get his ass kicked. Jack Perry asks, who's going to do that? And then Jerry Lynn drops the mic. Jack Perry says he's not dressed for fighting, but come back next week and we'll see what's what. So I'm fine with this. I don't know where they're going with this. Maybe we could see Rhino show up and maybe take him out. Since I believe he's done with Impact, I believe they wrote him off maybe, I think it was over a month ago they wrote him off television. I believe so. You could see Tommy Dreamer show back up. We could see something with the Dudleys, but I doubt it though. So remember, we're trying to get stuff announced for Wembley, and nothing's announced so far. Moving on, so Renee Paquette, she's busy with these interviews. So she's doing a backstage interview with Britt Baker. So Britt Baker says that she's surprised that Taya Valkyrie called her out on Collision, but she's excited for a first-time match against an opponent she truly respects and admires, but she's going to win. Okay, I'm fine with this. Moving on, Gravity versus Pac. So Pac wins via the Brutalizer, a.k.a. the Rings of Saturn. Gravity is the brother of Bandito. We haven't seen Bandito in months. Where is Bandito? Seriously, where is he at? And Pac should be on the Wembley show because that's going to be right there in his backyard. So he's got to be on that show. I mean, I don't know who he's going to face, but he has to be on that show. Again, Tony Khan should already had a card finalized for this show. I mean, already written out, and should be announcing stuff like crazy. Seriously. I wouldn't have this be like a 10-match card or whatever, or even an 8-match. I'd maybe do like probably 7 matches, do a couple of debuts. Like, we need to see the debut of Goldberg and Mercedes Moné, something like that. Like, this should be like a real statement type of show. But the fact that he hasn't done any of that, that's just a travesty in and of itself. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Next, another bright spot of the show. The second spotlight of the show. This miserable show. That being Renee Paquette interviewing Adam Cole and MJF. This actually happened last week. So MJF talks trash at FTR. Adam Cole says it's become about friendship for him, and he wants to make it very clear. Max has something to worry about when it comes to the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. And he's not just his friend, a close friend. He's becoming one of his best friends, and he means that. So MJF says he's been thinking, win, lose, or draw, after July 29th, he's going to give Adam Cole a rematch for the title because he knows how much it means to him. So then Roderick Strong, the generic white guy, rolls up to show MJF and yell at both of them. Adam Cole tries to keep the peace and asks for a moment to talk to Roddy. So Adam Cole says he loves Roderick Strong like a brother, but he's acting crazy and possessive and pushing him away. He has other friends and Roddy needs to trust him. Strong then grabs his arm as he walks away, and Adam Cole shrugs him off and says, boundaries. So this is great. Here's good stuff here. I really dug this. We all know that Roderick Strong is going to be the one to cost MJF and Adam Cole the win on Collision. I think that would make the most sense. You kind of still can do MJF and Adam Cole probably at All Out. That's what I would do. And then you can have Roderick Strong and Adam Cole at Wembley. and maybe some type of stipulation match or whatever, something like that. Like if Adam Cole defeats Roderick Strong, let's just say in like a steel cage or something like that. Just something random. If he wins, he gets to face MJF, something like that. But, you know, I'm fine with that. Moving on. So, Renee Paquette, she then talks to FTR. This also happened last week about defending their tag titles. So Cash Wheeler is excited, but part of him feels bad because he likes and respects Adam Cole, but he hates and despises Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Everybody that gets to know MJF leaves him, and they make sure, they have to make sure they learn that you never mess with FTR. So Dax, my daughter, my wife, my daughter, my wife, my daughter. He says that he's going to beat the shit out of MJF, and if he says anything about his wife or daughter, he'll rip his eyeballs out. Okay, I'm fine with this. Again, a major angle has to take place on Saturday. They have to pull the trigger on this. Sure, I think we can still build to MJF and CM Punk, because MJF did mention CM Punk in his promo. So they are taking jabs at one another. I wouldn't really do anything with them until like Full Gear. That's kind of what I would do. It would be champion versus champion, Full Gear. That gives you 4.5 months to build that up for a while. That's what I need to be going with all of this. Next, Darby Allin versus Swerve Strickland. So Swerve gets the win via AR Fox, who's wearing a hood, who helped him out. So he attacks Darby, and Swerve wins via the JML driver. So post-match, the hooded figure reveals himself, and it's AR Fox. He helps Swerve beat up Darby and Nick Wayne down. And then AR Fox, he gets Darby skateboard and beats down both Nick Wayne and Darby Allin. And then Prince Nana gives him a embassy shirt, so he's a part of the embassy. So that's fine, I guess. It is what it is. So that's definitely fine with me. Moving on. So Renee Paquette is in the hallway to chat with a disgruntled Jericho Appreciation Society. So Chris Jericho, he pulls up. He ushers them all into his office, and they see the painting Don Callis gave him earlier. Chris Jericho asks Ty Conti how the baby's doing. She said the baby is great, but what's going on with him? Angelo Parker says this whole crew means the world to all of them, and he thinks it means the same to him, but he's not entirely sure anymore. He gave him a special comb that Jericho gave him a while back. Who gives a fuck? Andy J steps up and says Chris Jericho is being selfish because they all spent this time appreciating him, and he hasn't returned the favor, and so until he does, they won't give him 100%. Matt Menard tells him to figure it out quick, and then he dips out. So who really cares? Again, I think what they need to do is turn Chris Jericho heel, align him with Don Callis and Tanosuke Takeshita, because the Jericho Appreciation Society was nothing but full of a bunch of jobbers. All of them. Let's just be honest. 2.0, they suck. Anna Jay, she needs to be with Jack Perry as his valet. And then you can just get rid of the rest of them. moving on. Britt Baker versus Taya Valkyrie. So, Britt Baker gets the win via the lockjaw. There's this one spot in the match where Taya Valkyrie was going to go for the Road to Valhalla, and she didn't get it right or whatever, and the crowd was pissed about that or whatever. So who really gives a shit? I like Taya, but I don't know. Then we go with the Rampage card. We're shown that, and it is god awful. What the fuck? Rampage is done. Rampage needs to be off the air. Quick, fast, and hurry. Oof. And then they hype up Buddy Murphy versus Andrade El Idolo in a ladder match. So that should be cool. Main event, Best Friends, which is Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta versus the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli and John Moxley versus the Lucha Brothers, Penta and Rey Fenix. So the Lucha Brothers, they get the win. That's fine. Who really cares? It's not that important. This match meant nothing. There was a massive post-brawl from everybody, and that was it. Again, this show was a fucking waste of time. A waste. Outside of Chris Jericho and MJF and Adam Cole, those were the saving graces of the show. Other than that, this show sucked. Who gives a shit about AR Fox joining Swerve? Again, it's like a faction of jobbers. I mean, I like Swerve. W. Morrissey deserves better. He should have went to WWE. I think that's where he needs to go anyway. But, man, this show sucked. Hard. Pause. But what did you guys think? Let me know. Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe for more videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.